Hello everyone, in this video I'm gonna show you my process or work in progress basically for my latest architecture illustration sketchbook. Now I usually make an architecture illustration sketchbooks every year, and for this one I call it 15, but I actually started with 11 for a reason, but anyway. So architecture illustration sketchbook 11, 12, 13, 14 is already out. So I'm working on 15, and I was thinking, maybe I can show you guys, all the artworks I'm working on and what is going to be included in sketchbook 14. So I'm not done yet. I'll be done once I finish all the papers. I usually have a system on how much work I'm going to do. For this one, I decided as soon as I'm done with the papers, I can just publish it and it'll be finished. So I'm just gonna do like a quick just showing all of the sketches that I've done so far. So these are like sketches I'm not done with. I'm just gonna flip it so we can just focus on what I finished. So there's this sketch here. I usually use, it depends on the sketchbook, but for this one I decided to use marker pens. So there's this sketch here, and there's this sketch here. Now, I usually sketch from imagination, and I just come up with shapes and like compositions and juxtapositions and be like, just to check the harmony between the shapes. And it's just a thought process and a design of how I, sketch my ideas. I usually, stamp my name and the date as soon as I'm done, because I'm really bad at archiving sometimes. I think this is flipped, so I'm just gonna try to, yeah. So after I'm done, usually I just scan them, and then I, combine them all in books, and I usually offer to sell the originals if anyone actually is interested in them. So I usually put them on my website, and sometimes I create prints for these. So like even if the original is gone, I can just, offer the digital one where they can download it, or even like, these print on demand shops, they work really nicely too. So the thing with architecture sketches, you have to be very fast. I started calligraphy, I think 3 years ago, and I realized how much speed is very important when you're drawing shapes, or like with calligraphy you have to be very slow and delicate and pristine, but like when it comes to architecture sketches, you have to think fast and you have to sketch fast. So these sketches are like, just how fast I'm thinking, like with designing and drawing. I'm gonna maybe show at the end of this video how I create one of these, but they're really simple once you notice the pattern. I'll just show you guys like the tools I'm using when it comes to creating these artworks. So as you can see, there's so much of them. I think I have 50 pages to work with. So as soon as I'm done with 50, I can just collect them all and then just, combine them in a sketchbook, like a paperback or hardcover on Amazon, where you can just, order the book and be inspired maybe by the shapes and the sketches. So I think for this one it took me 2 years to finish. I'm still working on it, so hopefully, God willing, I'll be done this year. A lot of them has been done this year, because usually I'm working on other things at the same time. So how do I do them? Usually, like, I try to do one sketch a day, but that's unrealistic sometimes. So when I have time and I have the mood sometimes to create these sketches. I just do them and I really enjoy it. So for me, I don't see them as like something, you know, tiring or anything. For me, like I really love doing this work. I really love doing sketches. It really helps a lot when I'm trying to do a huge volume of, you know, work for my books that I publish. Okay, so yeah, that was most of them. The paper I'm using, actually, I think if I still have the original, yep, this one. This is the papers I'm using. You know, I know a lot of people don't think papers are important, but trust me, the paper you're using for anything really makes a big difference. So yeah, I was right, it's 50 pages. So as soon as I'm done with 50, we can just go ahead and publish the book. It's called, what is it called? I mean, I bought it because it's an alcohol-based marker, you know, papers. So I think I found it on Amazon. It's a bleed-proof marker pad. This is the one I use. I really like the quality. It was really cheap too. Well, not very cheap, but like cheap enough, usually, than cheaper than other paper that I usually buy. And they're really good because like they don't bleed. Let me just put this here. So like when I'm drawing, sometimes the problems happen is like if you're drawing with especially alcohol markers, they bleed to the page under it and it just becomes really messy. This one doesn't. This is really, really good quality paper. So like even if you're drawing on top of it another page, like it just doesn't bleed. So all the pages here are done and I just have to scan them, and these are the ones I'm working on right now. Usually what I do is just I draw the marker pens first and then I color them. So for now, I'm just gonna color one of them just to do like a quick demonstration of, you know, how I do my work. Let me just get, I'm trying to be very organized because I tend to be a bit messy when I'm doing my work. Okay, so let's, give me a second. So just flip these so I'll know I'm done. And now I'm just gonna put these on top. Let's work with this one and I'll show you guys how I do my alcohol marker work basically. Okay, so we have this sketch right here. So basically these are the shapes that I want, and this is the way I like everything, you know, the composition basically of my architectural concept. Okay, so what I do is I have this marker pen, you know, like a bunch of marker pens, which, I mean, the thing with marker pens, it would be nice if you have the same color in like two shades, one dark, one light. So like see, I have here like orange, here I have blue, one dark, one light, pink also I have dark, and these are very expensive, by the way. These are insanely expensive, so they're an investment. I would say don't buy much if you're on a budget, but if you want to buy, try to have two colors of like one dark and one light. The other thing I use is marker pens or like acrylic pens. These are very good for like the highlights, so I'm just gonna put some here. White is very important also. I think I have something was called like the autumn shades marker pens. I like the subtle ones, the acrylic pens. I don't like the very bright, you know, disco color pens. So I'm just gonna put these here. And then, you know, for me, I usually have like an idea of what colors I want to use before I jump in, and then just like go in and be like, let's hope for the best. So for this one, I want pink and blue. So what I do usually is I get my lightest shade of pink. So if I have 2 shades of pink, let me check if I have anything else lighter. Okay, nope. So I'll get my 2 shades of pink. I'll take the lighter one first. I'll just push this. And then I just draw really fast. Or like color really fast. Now the more confident you are when you're sketching, the better it looks. Like if you're very hesitant, you know, like doing this, it's not gonna look good. Try to be fast, you know, be confident with your colors. Don't worry. I mean, for some reason, alcohol markers are just almost like, you know, watercolor. They're very forgiving, so don't be afraid to use them. This darker, and I just go over it. Just go over my shapes, what I want to highlight. So I want to highlight this, I want to highlight this, and just color. Okay. My hands usually are very messy, I'm gonna admit, because I have this habit of cleaning my pens in my hand. Yeah, I'm not gonna fix that habit. So I know I decided to use some blue. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a light shade of blue and a light shade of violet. So for me, this is what I want. And I have these, like, you know, call them electrical lines, but they add like a nice touch basically to the drawing. And I'm just gonna try to add a few things here. So remember, the more confident you are, the better it looks. Trust me, it really does make a difference. And maybe some violet. So for this, I'm just gonna do, you know, some markers like this. So it'll become like more dynamic, and you feel like, you know, there's movement in the sketch. And finally, I'm just gonna get like a yellow acrylic and then just do some highlights. The thing with architecture sketches, there's no perfect intersections. Usually you can see, like, you know, some intersections are overlapping each other, and this does make a difference. Okay, and let me see, I think I'm gonna use a little bit of this, not so much, and then just add some touches here, add some touches here, touches here. Okay. Like, be confident with your decisions. Don't hesitate. It's fine. It's gonna look okay. Trust me. The faster you are, the more confident you are, the lines look good. And then finally, my white highlights. Maybe I need to push more. 1 second. There we go. Okay. It does give an extra touch, to be honest. It's one of my favorite things to do is the highlights. It gives it like an extra dimension. And let me see, do I want to add anything else? Maybe a touch of pink in these lines. Okay, perfect. I think I'm done. So this is just basically like a quick overview of how I do my colors. So yeah, usually I write the date here. Where's my pen? I use these micro pens, which are perfect. Honestly, these are my favorite. So the date today is June 2nd, 2026. I sign it. I also have a stamping pad, so I use that one too. So yeah, I just do this, and then I do And then I have my name there, which is perfect. Okay, so this is how I do the colors. Okay, so I don't know, I was working on the other one and I thought, you know what, let's do another one, why not? So we're just gonna work on this one now. And for this one, I want to use orange. I'm just gonna take my orange color. Like I said, one dark, one light. And I first start with the light one to fill up all the geometries that I want. So this one. Sometimes, you know, these marker pens, they tend to bleed. I don't mind. I feel like I like the effect it gives when it's messy sometimes. So for me, it's fine. Like, don't think you ruined anything. It's fine. You did not ruin anything. Okay, so for this one, I'm using a darker shade of orange. And there's these windows that I want. And then this one here. Okay. Now, don't feel discouraged that like I'm a bit fast and you feel like maybe you can, it's like a bit hard for you to think that you can ever sketch this fast. You have to understand these things take practice, and the more you practice it, the better it's gonna look. So like, don't worry about it if you're a little bit you know, like you're finding it hard. So orange, I like it with green maybe, or maybe red. Let's go with red. So I have red and pink. Let's see. Let's do a lighter shade of pink. So this one. Okay. So anyway, the function of these colors is to show more the basic structure of the concept I'm trying to show. So we can now do some, let's see, a touch of red. A touch of red would be good. So here, touch of red. I think I want to do more calligraphy videos, to be honest. I'm a little bit obsessed with calligraphy at the moment. And the problem is I started learning Arabic calligraphy. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but like I'm bilingual, so I speak both Arabic and English. And I started calligraphy with English actually. And I've always wanted to do another, you know, because I did this experimental calligraphy book in English script, which I use it in Gothic and all the other ones. But then I was like, maybe I should do one in Arabic. And yeah, that thing is hard. Like, it's not even a joke. I feel like it's one of the hardest things I'm still learning, to be honest. I feel like to master any script in Arabic, I think it takes months. And the thing is, it's very addictive. So like every time I'm like, that's it, I'm not gonna do it again. It's too hard. It's, you know, like I don't want to learn any Arabic calligraphy. I keep coming back and, you know, enjoying it. And I feel like, I don't know what it is, but for me, calligraphy is like one of these art forms that I never thought I was gonna like, and suddenly I'm just addicted to it. So yeah, now I'm just learning Arabic calligraphy, and I'm kind of enjoying how much I'm suffering with it. The amount of details you have to, you know, master is just insane. And the thing is, I really like being self-taught. Like, I'm really horrible when it comes to, you know, taking courses in real life. I tend to just never stick to them for some reason. So I feel like maybe that's why I'm a little bit I'm finding it a little bit hard. because I have to rely on myself to find all the sources and learn. And because when you're studying by yourself, it's hard to know exactly where you're going wrong. Like, you feel like there's something wrong, but you don't know what it is. And I think for me, I like it. I mean, I don't mind suffering when I'm learning by myself. But yeah, I'm actually thinking of adding more calligraphy videos, but I'm gonna do for the English one more than the Arabic, because I feel like if someone knows Arabic calligraphy, they're gonna kill me because it was so bad. Yeah, so anyway, June 2nd, 2026. I'll do the stamping later. I want to start actually with the second piece. So this one's done and looks really good. So this one shows like the colors, all the the massing and the shapes. I really wanted this composition concept. Okay, so we're gonna do the last one now. And for this one, I really like the combination of violet and green. I love this combination, so we're just gonna do that. So for violet, I'm gonna take a lighter shade of violet and a darker shade of violet. And green, I like this shade of yellow green, it's really nice. And a darker shade of green, so this one. Okay, let's start. I'm gonna use the violet first. Okay, there's this one, shape here. And now we're gonna I'll start with the neon green first. So we have, the other one. We have this one here. This one here. I feel like these days everyone is just angry with AI, but I think it's the way we use AI, to be honest. I mean, I hate AI, and I feel like now more than ever we have to, try to get back to the traditional methods when it comes to not art, but like everything in life. Sorry, the other one. So I feel like now's the time for everyone to be like more into doing things with your hand. This whole typing prompts is really getting on my nerves. Honestly, it just looks ugly and I hate it. And I feel like we have to fight back, as people who are creative, to just not use it. I know it's impossible these days because everyone's like being forced to use it somehow, but I don't know, it's just ugly. I really, really think it's super ugly. So that's why I feel like maybe I should do more of these traditional videos where I'm showing how I'm doing sketches, maybe to inspire people to do more things with their hands, like touch the colors, touch the markers, touch the paper. And the prompt, I mean, it looks good, but you can't, it's just not the same. I like classical stuff. Classical stuff lasts forever. Computers, not so much. I mean, I do like 3D, don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan of 3D, but I like doing 3D by myself. I don't like telling some AI thing to be like, hey, do this design for me. I tried it. I mean, it's not like I don't know how it is. I did try it and it was fun, but I feel like now everybody's just so reliant on it. They forget that you can do it yourself. It's better even if you do it yourself. You have to start a revolution against AI or something. It's just insane. So like I've heard, I mean, some of my friends, their siblings are studying architecture, and it's like they were telling me how they never held a pen, and I'm like, but that's how you That's how you be creative and you come up with ideas. You know, you have to design with your hands. You have to come up with your own sketches. You know, you think when you're sketching, like at the same time, it has more meaning somehow. I don't know if anyone can, you know, convince others that AI is just ruining everything. You know, it just looks ugly, and it's also stealing. I mean, I don't mind. It's not a big deal, but still, it's just ugly. I feel like it's my only problem with it is just ugly. I mean, is it the process or the end product? And I feel like the process is more important than the end product at the end of the day, because with the process you can have multiple versions of the end product, but the end product's just there. You know, that's it. You do the prompt, you get an end product, and even if you just feed it with different, you know, whatever, it's not the same. You know, traditional techniques, traditional methods are always better. They look better, they feel better, and you have something physical. Like, you can have this, you know. Anyways, so just write the date, signature, and yeah. So this is basically it for today. I was just babbling about the AI for some reason. Anyway, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and, you know, took some tips on how to come up with your own architecture sketches. When you look at it, like, just from looking, you think it's hard, but then once you see the process, you're like, hey, I can do it. And I assure you guys, you can do it. It's really not that it's not super hard. It's totally doable. So this was it, and hopefully I'll be done with this sketchbook by the end of, I don't know when, but as soon as I'm done with all the papers. Yeah, that's my system. Anyway, I'll scan them and then, you know, make them in a nice paperback, or even an ebook, where I just collect all these sketches for architecture illustration sketchbook number 15. If you guys are interested in seeing the other ones from 11 through 14, I'm gonna just put them in the link in the description box. And yeah, maybe I'll do more of these. I mean, for the other ones I did a bit of a series, but I don't know, maybe I'll do more of these and show you maybe from scratch, where I do from, you know, the ink or like the marker pen black sketch base first, and then I do the colors. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.